What's up, YouTube? We're making burritos today. I'm gonna show you how to make a really nice carne asada. I'm also gonna show you how to make this really simple, easy green salsa. Stick around, I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. All right, for today's application, we're gonna need some steak. I have here skirt steak. I have some lime as a binder. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really quick and easy, simple green salsa. I have some melting cheese. I have some Mexican sour cream. If you guys could use any kind of Mexican sour cream, I think it's a little better. It's more mild, it's a little more sweet, and it's more dairy forward. I find like the daisies of the world are like really sour, so stay away from those. I have some leftover rice, some refried beans, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really special seasoning blend for your carne asada. It's something I stumbled upon, but man, when I tell you, it like just brings out all the flavor of the meat. It is really good. You're gonna see you won't have any extra flavors added to the meat. You're really just gonna bring out all the natural flavors of the beef, making it like super beefy. It's really good. I have these giant burrito shells. You know, here in Chicago, we are very lucky to have a lot of good tortillerias around that make a really good product. You can make these by hand, but the name of the game today is let's go. I'm hungry and I want to eat today, so I'm not gonna spend an hour making homemade tortillas. All right, let's get to it. All right, for our seasoning, we're gonna need some Lawry seasoned salt. We're gonna need some garlic powder and some black pepper. Now, this is really the star of the show right here. We got some McCormick Umami Seasoning. This stuff is made with mushrooms. It's a flavor bomb. Trust me, guys, when you say this is really gonna take your carne asada to the next level. You guys could get this on Amazon if you guys can't find it at your grocery store. We're really just gonna mix everything together. Give it a stir until it's really nice incorporated. And this batch will probably be enough for like, honestly, like 10 to 15 pounds of meat. And that's basically it. We just mix everything together. And I'm not lying to you guys when I say this stuff's really good. I already went through a whole jar, so I had to get a different one. Now with our seasoning out the way, let's go to the meat. All right, here I have a piece of skirt steak. There's a lot of fat on it, right? So it looks gnarly, right? But this is because it hasn't gotten clean yet. I typically prefer doing this myself because I feel like the butchers sometimes just take off way too much fat. If you have a good butcher, let him do it. If not, it's not that hard. You just go in with a small knife. Try not to take off any meat, of course. But you can see some of this stuff just peels right off. Look, you see? And then just help it along with the knife, peel it back. And here I only got this little bit of meat right here. So be patient with it. It'll work itself out. It's not a big deal. And again, if you're not comfortable doing this, just ask your butcher to do it for you. I like doing this because, you know, I get to practice on the meat. It keeps my butchering a little bit better than before. I get to keep practicing my knife skills. And also because, you know, I get to decide how much fat I'm going to take off this thing. You know, meat's expensive, so try to save as much as you can. So I'm in the Chicago area, right? And this piece of steak was $8.99 per pound. So actually it was on sale. So I don't know how much skirt steak is around your town, but right now $8.99, believe it or not, is actually a really good deal. This stuff is usually on for like $12 or $13 a pound. Man, prices have gotten ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how people could afford to eat steak. Once this side's clean, I'm gonna flip it over and then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. To me, that's really good. I'm not gonna worry about any of these other pieces. You can take it off if you want, but most of it is gonna just render off in the pan. I have a lot of intramuscular fat here. This is gonna be a really good piece of meat. Really juicy. I'm gonna use some lime for a binder. And here you guys don't wanna go too heavy, okay? You just wanna like really just get it nice and wet for the seasoning to stick. If you go too heavy on the lime, you're gonna start curing your steak. You don't want that. It's gonna start cooking it. Then we're just gonna go with a very even and heavy coat of seasoning. Flip and do the same thing on the other side. Very light. See that? Couple drops of lime, spread it around. Again, don't go heavy on the lime because you guys are gonna start cooking the meat and it's gonna sour up on you. Do not do that. We really just want it as a binder. And then we're gonna go again. Nice coat. And there it is. Now, this is up to you guys. You guys could now stop here, put this in the fridge, and wait till tomorrow to cook it. It's gonna give you the best results because you're gonna leave time for all that salt to penetrate to the steak. If you guys don't have time, give it 20 minutes at least. Okay, now for our green salsa is really simple. We need tomatillos, we need serranos or jalapenos, depending on how spicy you want it. We need cilantro, we need white onion, and if you guys wanna make an avocado salsa, we can blend an avocado in there. For the tomatillos, all I'm gonna do is peel them. And you can see sometimes they come with this little garbage. That's why we have to peel them. And then we're gonna rinse them off in the sink. Serranos, all we're gonna do is take the stems off and that's it. And wash them, obviously, right? Now there are a million ways to make salsa at home, but today we're gonna choose the most easiest one. We're gonna boil everything. And just because it's easy does not mean it's not good. All we have to do is cover everything with water. Okay? Turn it on. Very important, guys, the tomatillos will cook a lot faster than your jalapenos or your serranos. Once they start changing color, we're gonna have to pull them out of the water and we're gonna leave the serranos in there to finish cooking. If you let the tomatillos go too long, they will get really, really dark. So I'm gonna pull them out as soon as they start changing color. This is what I want for my tomatillos. They just barely started changing color, and I'm just gonna go into a blender cup and let them hang out in there. If they're still a little green, leave them a little longer, but really this is what it is. You see this color? This is perfect. Like I said, these still need a while to cook. They're gonna take probably twice as long as the tomatillos are. And then just monitor your stuff, guys. This is what cooking is about, being involved. Okay, my serranos have actually been going a long time, okay? These have taken 3 times as long as the tomatillos. But this is the color I want. They're starting to get really pale. So I'm gonna call these done. And I'm just gonna put my serranos straight into my blender. Okay, I have my tomatillos and my serranos in here, okay? And very important, I'm just gonna blend on low speed. My blender is set at 4 because I want the salsa to have some texture to it. Let's go. I'm gonna add my cilantro to it, and I'm just gonna give it some help, right? I'm gonna tear it up and throw it in there. Here we go again. All right, that looks really good to me. Pour. Now I'm gonna very finely chop some onion and throw it in there. Then I'm gonna get some avocado and score it. Then with a spoon, we scoop, and then we mix. Very good. Finally, we have to season. We're just gonna put some salt in here. Let me taste. That's done. Super good, super spicy, amazing. All right, time to make our carne asada. Here I have a kind of a ghetto setup, right? But this is what I'm working with today. I want to oil my pan a little bit. I got some beef tallow here. You guys can just use regular oil. This is just so our carne can get a really nice sear on it. And we go in. All right, this is pretty much the color you guys want. I like mine more on the well done side for that more authentic Mexican flavor. See that? Done. All right, guys, I have my carne asada right here. All I'm gonna do is chop it up taco style. And then we're just gonna do a 90-degree flip and do the same thing. I got my steak ready to go. All right, now that I have all my ingredients ready, this goes really quick. So I'm just gonna turn my burner on. And all I'm doing here is getting the tortilla nice and soft and pliable. If I try to fold a burrito into this, if I try to make this a burrito, it's gonna break on me because it's cold. So, and also you don't wanna toast it too much, just enough until it gets soft. All right, so here I'm gonna go in with my refried beans first. It's like you're building a pizza almost. And then you guys could just use canned beans, man. No shaming over here. Use what you got. And I wouldn't go all around the burrito because we still need these edges to fold into each other and to wrap. All right, then I'm gonna go in with my cheese. And you want the cheese on top of some hot beans because we want to give this cheese an opportunity to actually melt. I'm going in with some steak, as much as you want, as little as you want. It really depends on how big you want your burrito. I'll probably go with like 4 ounces for like a regular person. Okay, here. And then I'm gonna go with my veggies. I got cilantro and cebolla, onion and cilantro. Okay. And then you guys can use any leftover rice you guys want. This is optional. I'm gonna throw it on there because I have it on hand and I don't want to let it go to waste. Okay. And the salsas, I always put on the side because I don't want it to get too soggy. So lastly, just some sour cream. Just a few dabs of sour cream. All right, now this is the hardest part, I guess you could say. You grab this top and you fold it over and you lean back, you bring it back, okay? Now, you grab this end and you fold it and with your fingers, what you're doing is you're tucking, and you're tucking your fingers in right here. Boom. Same thing with this side. Roll and you tuck. Now that I have everything nice and snug, I'm gonna roll once and then roll again. And then I'm gonna sort of have a flat edge in the bottom. Okay, so now this is important. This is gonna go down onto a hot pan because we wanna seal this in. So, and then I'm just gonna go onto a hot pan. You guys can use oil if you want, but I could just go on, a dry pan works fine as well. Okay, flip. Now we got a nice hard sear on this, and it's not gonna open. I got a little bit of breakage here, but that's because I rolled it a little too tight, but that shouldn't be a big deal. And then you really just wanna, this goes fast. You see, got some nice color on there. Get as much color as you want on each side. Because we're not just toasting it to seal it, we're also toasting it because we want some texture on the tortilla. You want a nice crunchy shell with a nice little surprise inside. All right. The way I cut into a burrito, I go on the diagonal. That way it's easier to eat. Okay, so let's go on diagonal. And that's it. Let's taste. All right, time for the taste test, guys. You know, we came a long way from when we started. So I'm gonna go with some salsa verde and some red salsa. If you guys don't know how to make this red salsa, it's in my shorts. Just look at my videos. All right, let's give it a shot. It's so good. That seasoning that I showed you guys how to make, honestly, you guys, it's like, you make carne asada in the summer, game over. You guys are gonna be, they're gonna be asking you guys to make carne asada all the time. It's really, really good. And it's really so simple to make too. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients, you know? All right, guys, so that's pretty much it, right? If you guys have time to marinate your meat, just do it overnight. Dry brine it. It's gonna taste even better the next day. Actually, I had to go to work and come back. That's why it's night now, in case you guys didn't notice. The rice and the beans, I didn't show you guys how to make that, but I promise I have a video coming up for that. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace out.